4 in 1 square above a square of 2 reeds.
Okay. So 4 in 1 square. Oh, you got a wolf behind you.
Oh! Whoa! Oh! I said don't we're in the woods. Oh, it's alright, they're eating you.
Whoops! And I almost died then because I fell off our spawn point. I fell off the cliff of the spawn. Damn!
Well,
I don't know how I'm going to get out of here.
it leapt at me and I did.
It's what I've told you before. Gnome tastes good.
Yes. Oh, and you're right. It's actually 2 traders. Is it? Is it 2 traders?
Is it?
No, what? Yeah. Oh, the wolves are here. Well, I made it to the traders at least.
Both of us was wolf bait.
Oh yeah, right. Oh, you fell off the place where I spawned, did you?
Yep. Yep. It spawned me right on the fall off.
Yep. And you did your usual narrow maneuver.
Yep.
Yep.
I wonder why this dirt isn't collapsing.
Probably because it's not got quite unstable enough yet.
I mean, I can stack it up. Oh, there it went. I can stack up to a point, and then it
Yeah.
didn't stack any further. Oh, am I glowing?
Are you glowing?
Yeah, you're glowing like a ghost.
Oh, I'm probably glowing because I've probably got the. You get a buff when you die, and it gives you night vision.
I was like, does it turn you into a ghost whenever you die? Cool.
Oh, it might do. Yeah, that might be it. Yeah. I died in the middle of the night once and respawned, of course, with no torch, and you have this maybe 4 block glowing area around you that you can see from. Now, I don't think it only lasts a few minutes, a couple of minutes.
All right.
Well, that was interesting. Let's go and see what that ruins is, just out of curiosity.
Sure.
And whether it's just a formation of rock or whether it's an actual ruin. Yeah, so death comes very quick and very...
Yes, it does. Yes, it does. Said my second episode, that first episode that I made, named it, putting the fear back in voxels.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, yes, indeed. But yeah,
Is this like a Stonehenge type thing?
Kind of looking like it, isn't it? What's that? Sandstone rock with a spotty moss layer.
There's something in the grass over there. Oh, what is it? It's just stood up. Oh, it's a goat. Is it a 2-coloured goat? It's black on the front and grey on the back. Just behind that pillar you're looking straight at now.
Uh-huh.
Oh, it's running away from you. It just ran away from you straight over the cliff. In a straight line that way where you were going, yeah. It went somewhere in that direction, so whether it's just down in the bottom or not, or whether it disappeared out of sight, I don't know, but...
Cool. Yeah, that is definitely some kind of ruin there. I know you can find items in ruins.
Can you?
Yeah, they were saying that's one you can find containers.
What, are they hidden or something? Or?
That's why I don't know. The one that I saw, there was one. It was just on the side of it. There was like a strange looking patch on the side of one of the walls that when you looked at it, it was like a breakable thing. And inside was a container.
Oh, there's a breakable patch here then. Is that what this is?
Let's see.
Sandstone rock with spotty moss layer, no. Spotty moss.
But yeah, this definitely looks like some kind of ruin of some sort.
It
Or
looks
maybe
like
it's
a
not even a
Stonehenge to
ruin.
me. Yeah, it looks like a Stonehenge, like a sacrificial henge or something.
Mm-hmm.
I love the fact that you can they basically put the chisel mod in this, haven't they? For looks at it, like you can chisel anything out by voxels, yeah.
Yeah.
The devs seem to have been really clever with it and like cherry picked everything that people wanted Minecraft to be.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Or certain types of players wanted Minecraft to be, let's be honest.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I think I remember them saying that the devs who created it were originally, Minecraft modders.
Yeah. Were they the Terra Firma guys or not, do you think?
I don't know.
Because it's so similar to it. It just looks like
is.
Terra Firma craft that's been expanded and expanded and expanded.
Yeah, everything that I've seen and people have talked about has they've all said, every single one has said that they don't know if this was inspired by Terra Firma Craft or was made to be like an expansion of Terra Firma Craft. So it's like none of the people this is vintage story things that I've said really seem to know whether have the history of who the modders are. But yeah, the mods that I'm thinking of putting in,
Okay.
one of them is called Terra Pretty.
What's that?
And one of them is called Plains and Valleys. Basically, it just makes more realistic terrain gen. So you don't have a section of, like this where it's, where it's the rocky, extreme old style Minecrafty terrain gen here.
Is that the mod they talk about where they say it can affect your ore generation though or something?
I don't know. Where did you read that? I haven't read anything about it affecting Origin. The ones that I was thinking about putting in the Rivers mod in the forums, they were asking about Origin, so I didn't put Rivers mod in.
Well, I mean, I don't. It must have been a video. I think as I was going to sleep last night, I watched a video about that mods because I think seeing you put that and there was talk about the clock one. I thought, I wonder what the mods are that they put on. But
what is this?
it might have been in that. He mentioned that some people say that's a nice tree.
A very nice tree.
I've got do you remember the leaf theory with Minecraft? Hit leaves with more leaves
Yes.
and you get more. I think if you knock as many leaves off the trees before you cut the tree down, I think you get a lot more sticks than you do if you cut the tree down. Because you get all these branch blocks in the tree and everything, but I seem to find that if I cut the tree down, I'll only get like 2 or 3 sticks or something, whereas if you go around it cutting them down, you can probably end up with 10 or more. Like
Strip all the branches first.
all the ones you can reach. Yeah.
Cool. I'm sure that's a very valid theory.
Yeah.
I think it's a very, very valid and true theory. I've been reading that sci-fi HFY story, Behold Humanity.
Oh yeah.
And that's one of the things they talk about in it is that when the people are sitting there, for instance, America, the Earth gets glassed. Earth gets glassed. It gets planetary bombardment, and basically, most of the surface is converted into, glass from the fusion and everything. And just to say F you, well, the Earthlings rebuild it. They learn how to undo the glassing and basically terraform it and recreate the Earth. But they said, think of it as today of like, if 8,000, travel 8,000 years in the future, and everything you know about today is from, you know, the few remaining YouTube videos and TikToks and uh, entertainment movies and that sort of thing.
Yeah.
And then try to rebuild countries in the world in a fairly believable manner. And you can imagine what you end up with. For instance, America is now known as the Burger Kingdom, or Burgerland, or Burgerland, and they have their annual holiday, the Freedom, Firearms, and Fireworks Day.
Yeah.
You're required to, you know, one of the people come and say, you know, is it okay for me to own a weapon? And it said you're legally required to, you know, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
So yeah, and it's like the manted ambassador, who's really good friends and really much
Well,
of
the
a
raccoon over there.
very much of
berry
a,
bushes nearby.
cool, very much of a Terran file. She says the Terran said you can ask any Terran, you know, is any of this true? For instance, you know, during Freedom, Firearms, and Fireworks Day, they have reenactments of the way elections used to be held, where both of the contestants put on powdered wigs and stockings and go out and fight each other with donor cycle chains and switchblades. And someone's like, "Is that true?" And said, "Well," said, "you have to admire the Terran philosophy. The Terran philosophy is it's probably not true, but it's or said it's almost certainly not true, but it's really cool, so I believe it."
Yes, that's great. Yeah. I choose to believe that. Yeah.
Yeah. England is Bonkistan.
Well, that sounds about right.
Mm-hmm. Named mostly for the haunting, you know, whenever the pea soup fogs roll in over there every night, and the haunting bong bong
Bong. A Big Ben, yeah.
bong that rings out all the way across the country.
Where is that? Where you read that?
It's a story called "Behold Humanity."
Pine trees.
Growing carrots.
Oh, you found growing carrots, have you?
Ah.
Oh, that's what growing carrots look like. Okay.
So it looks like any kind of veggie is in like little squarey thingies. Okay.
Yeah. I managed to like make a little bit of a farm and build fences to block it in, but it was only like about 8 blocks of a farm. Planted grain, like, you know, and it was going to be a week or so before it matured, and I think then to harvest it, I don't know whether you need a scythe. What the heck is that? Was that a moose? Or was that a bear? Here, what is that? That big thing, that's a bear, is it?
Yes, that is a bear.
You don't have to outrun the bear, you just have to outrun your friend.
Oh! Run away!
No, never big.
Come here. Come over here and look at this. Is this a shoggoth? Is this a shoggoth or is it a deep one? Which one is it? Be like that old Steve Martin, Bill Murray routine where it's like, what the hell is that? What the hell is that? I don't know, but get my picture with it anyway. Yeah, he's chasing after a rabbit.
I think I've been seeing some reels on Facebook, and you just made me think of it and get my picture with it. There was a bear on the edge of a river, and it was eating fish. And this group of teenagers, lads, thought it would be great to go down and crouch down about 2 feet from it and turn the back on it, lift up the
The
phone.
bear swimming. I'm sorry. Look at the bear swimming.
Oh, wow.
So the group of teenagers thought it'd be cool to go over.
Yeah, go over, kneel down in front of it, turn it back to it, and then lift up the phone and get a selfie with it behind them and thing, you know. And
God. Oh, God.
I mean, it left them alone because it had its food, but wow, you know, how
Yeah.
stupid do you have to be?
Yeah.
But the better reel I saw was a young woman, she's probably about 20,
Mm-hmm.
and she's all blurry and sleepy-eyed, and her hair's a mess, and she's saying, it's about 3 o'clock in the morning, she says, but I'm going to have to go out, she says. I can't remember what the dog's name was, but my dog is signaling wants to go out, and the dog's there, and it's sort of like going, come on, it's heading back to the door, and then coming back together and going back to the door. She says, he obviously wants to go out, so she says, I don't know why. She says, it's unusual, so she puts the lead on, takes him for a walk, and then it cuts off a few moments, and then she's walking down the street in the dark, and the street lamps, and she says, I figured out what it was he wanted, and he's standing at the door to Starbucks looking in. She says, he must have woke up wanting a pup cup.
Nice. Nice.
She said, I'm sorry they closed, and it just keeps looking up as though saying, I don't care, I want a pup cup.
I want a pup cup.
I've no clue what pup cups are, but I've heard lots of Americans talk about them.
They're basically it's a cup of whipped cream.
Isn't it?
Yeah, it's a little. They give them a little small paper cup and they fill it full of whipped cream.
Oh, right.
Yeah, that's a pup cup.
Mm. I've seen people go through drive-throughs and get one. You know, yeah. Yeah. Also, we've seen swimming bears. Oh, there's one of your friends, a pig.
Yeah, that's what I was jumping and pointing at him for when I moved over here. But yeah, Bongistan has the Royal Guard too.
Oh, does it?
Yeah, the palace is surrounded by the Royal Guard, whose sworn duty is to be sure that the immortal Cyber Queen does not escape from the palace. They are literally the Royal Guard.
Royal Guard, yes. Well, right. Loves to watch the old TV series Mind Your Language. Have you ever seen it?
No, I haven't.
It was a sitcom from the 70s. And it's about night classes at a college. And basically, it's this young teacher, and his job is to teach English to foreigners.
Right.
So he's got like stereotypical foreigners from every country. Harsh German lady, very polite Japanese man, the Italian Lotharios, etc. And it made a series or two, and then basically the whole country came down on it like a ton of bricks, saying, how racist is this, you know, all these stupid foreigners and everything, and all this stuff. And I was saying, she was watching it today while she was cooking and laughing her socks off. She loved it, particularly the Indian woman, because she was talking to the teacher at one point, and she said, there was a knock on my door, but I couldn't answer it because I was barefoot. And he said, you couldn't answer it because you were barefoot? She says, yes, and she tapped the top of her skull, and she said, barefoot up to here. But the thing is, though, what I'm saying is it's not if you really pay attention to it, it's not making fun of the foreigners. It's making fun of the English language. Because the guy has to go out to the classroom for a moment, and he says, right, he says, I want you all to do an exercise while I'm gone. And then one of the Italian guys jumps up and starts doing push-ups. Well, that's it, you know. It's not a technical exercise, it's a thing, but that's English. It doesn't differentiate, you know.
Oh, Lord. Have you ever seen Police Squad?
Yeah. Leslie Nielsen, yeah. Where did you go?
Yeah, you know, it's what turned into The Naked Gun, the movie.
Yeah.
But yeah, I loved Police Squad so much, and it was as they said, it was a TV show that was way ahead of its time for at least the American audience, because you know all the language in it is just like that. You know, that's with the original. It's like, you know, Shirley, you can't mean that. Yes, I do, and stop calling me Shirley. Yeah. You know, or she comes, you know, he's talking to a woman, you know, where he comes in, he's talking to a woman, you know, interviewing her as a witness, and says, you know, May I come in? She says, sure. And she brings him on in, and she holds out a pot and a cup and says, coffee? And he says, yes, I know.
Yeah. All that kind, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like you say, it was ahead of its time because I don't think it took off very well when it made that, but when they made it into films,
When they made it into Naked Gun, it did awesome.
Yeah.
Look at the Zucker brothers, I think. Same people that did the airplane movies.
Yeah, the airplane movies, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Right, I'm about to starve.
Me as well.
Start taking damage in a moment.
Me as
But
well.
hey, this is pretty good place if you were building a thing there, this river here. What was the other mod you were talking about? You said you were going to put in Terra Pretty.
Terra Pretty and Plains and Valleys, I think, is the other one.
Plains
and basically
valleys.
they work together, and they just generate a much more realistic looking terrain.
Hmm. And what about the rivers one then? Are you not going to put that one?
I got to play around with it. They said that it doesn't, they're curious about whether it actually works with them or not, or whether it's been updated sufficiently to work with 120. There's kind of, on the forums, it's kind of back and forth. Some people saying, yeah, it works fine. I've created a lot of worlds, and other people saying I can't get it to do anything. So I had to take a look at that.
Yeah. And it doesn't do like Minecraft does, where if you break a block, it doesn't generate a water source. It's flowing water there now.
Right. Mm-hmm.
And I saw there's a checkbox on the on the game menus where you can say like can't carry a water source in a bucket.
Right.
So you can carry water, but you can't
But not
carry a water source.
Yeah.
Oh, I wonder what that was then. It's just me dying.
So yeah, do you want that set?
I don't mind either way. However you feel about it. To be honest, I'm quite happy to play with the server however you'd like it set.
But how do you feel about water sources?
How
do you
I
like
feel
being
about
able to create water sources, or?
It will certainly be useful to be able to create, like
That's what I wanted to know. It's just
know,
how. Oh, that's me yelling because I'm hungry.
Yeah, that's what happened to me. Yeah, yeah.
That's what it is.
Yeah. But I mean, I don't particularly mind because all it does then is means you have to put your farms near water, which you do in real life anyway. You can make a watering can with clay. So therefore you don't have to have your farms next to water, but I mean it's a lot of work keep going watering them and everything.
Right. I'm thinking for at least to start with, we can do that. We can always change the rules. That's one good thing about the way they've got it. You can go into your console commands and basically change anything.
Yeah.
So we'll start with water sources being carryable, and after that we can.
Yeah. Because I mean, I don't think you can carry them until you can get a proper bucket anyway. So by the time you can do that, water source is very small potatoes. I think
By then we'll be building aqueducts.
Yeah. I can't imagine though, because I mean, to start getting in a position to get ores, you've got to find like 40 copper nuggets. And I've travelled as far as I can go, and I think I've only found about 13.
Yeah. Well, like I said, I've been in my world probably 45, 50 minutes now, and I haven't even found clay yet. So I've got to get around to doing that.
Yeah. Well, I managed to fire my first pit kiln.
Nice.
And make myself clay pots. I haven't really used them yet, but I've made them.
I could start.
Yeah. Now just imagine you can just hear a wolf howl somewhere close by. And that's basically what I did that whole night. Now there's also a setting, I don't know whether or not, it depends on whether you have the server set to run all the time or whether you have it just set to run when you're on, because you can choose when you're setting up the world how many days before monsters spawn.
Right.
Now,
Your grace
obviously,
period.
yeah, obviously you've got this
Mm-hmm.
one set to the default of immediately because that thing came out of the cave and was shooting at
Yes.
you, wasn't it? Yeah.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
I have to admit, I don't know anything about the monsters,
Mm-hmm.
but I got attacked by the ones that are called drifters, which are like little chimpanzees,
Uh-huh.
and that walking hedgehog thing that hit me once. And I don't know whether there's any other sorts or anything, or what other stuff there is. What? It's weird, you see, because with Minecraft, we know all the spawning rules. You know that they can't spawn within 20
Mm-hmm.
odd blocks of you. You know that they need darkness to spawn, and I haven't got a clue with any of this.
I
Yeah,
ain't got an idea how all that works.
yeah,
Like I said, I'll look up mechanics and stuff
yeah,
because I'd never know that you'd even need to make a fire pit, much less how to make one.
yeah,
So I'll
yeah,
look up mechanics and that kind of stuff. But stuff like the rifts, the temporal storms, instability, your little gear down there and all that. Yeah, I want all that, at least the first time I experience it, to be like totally new,
yeah,
totally
yeah,
fresh.
yeah, yeah. Well, I didn't know that there was that H menu that you can press,
Mm-hmm.
and I didn't know that would for the first 15 minutes of playing. I was really struggling.
Yeah.
Some things are intuitive and you can do straight away, but other things you can't.
Yeah.
Right.
All right, man. Well,
Yeah.
I'm going to probably log there and head
Yep.
over and sleep with my pups tonight.
Ah,
Yeah,
that's
looking
nice.
forward to it.